I don't like social media. What would you say to someone who doesn't like social media, but say they want to be successful in business in today's time?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a few thoughts. I've found that a lot of people, especially around video, but also anything social media, some people feel like an imposter if they're posting things, but they've yet to have success.
Yes.
And so they suffer with this imposter syndrome of, who am I to talk about it? I'm not crushing it yet. I'm not a millionaire yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a different definition for imposter. And to me, an imposter is someone who says they want to impact the world, they want to help other people, they want to lift other people up, but they're not willing to get out of their comfort zone. They're not willing to show up imperfectly. They're not willing to do that video when they don't know everything about it. And so an imposter is someone that says they want to make a difference, but are not willing to face their fears.
Mm-hmm.
And, now we're in a world where, if you're not creating content, then it's pretty unlikely you're going to get known, whether you're an author, whether you're trying to be a speaker, it just doesn't matter. And so I think we're at a time where it's just more important for anybody. I saw they did a huge Gallup poll on people who buy. And they said that the poll, which was 100 million people here in the United States, 67% said they would buy from someone who had a personal brand versus someone who didn't. Mm-hmm. So if you're a plumber, if you're a realtor, if you're in anything, and your competition doesn't have a social media presence, but you do, you're 67% more likely to get sales, to have someone buy from you. And so it's really, I just don't think it's an option anymore if you're trying to be successful in an occupation or business.
So powerful. You said not anymore, because there was a time where people would just look up Yellow Pages and Yelp, and that's good enough. And now they want to see the face. They want to know who is it that we're doing business with, and why should we give our dollars to you versus someone else. So powerful.
It's like, and Amazon has kind of trained us.
Yes.
We don't just randomly buy stuff anymore, right? We go to Amazon, we see the ratings, we see the comments, we see Amazon kind of trained us. We now do that with everything. So I'm not hiring a plumber, an electrician, a realtor. I'm not hiring anybody until let me poke around a little.
Check them out. Check them out.
Well, I was just going to add, as far as your question of social media and not being sure about it or not wanting to use it. And I think just from a female perspective, we have a lot going on. Not that men don't, they do as well, but we have kids, we have the house, our brains are like always going in a million different directions, right? So I think that there's a barrier for women to tackle social media these days, because it seems like so much. It seems like you have to be, it seems at times like it has to own you versus you owning it, right? Mm-hmm. But there are very simple and easy ways around that, like batching content. I'm sure we'll talk about that in this interview, but there's a lot of simple ways around that where it doesn't have to own your life if you set up the right processes and systems, and you can still get the benefit from it. So I think that's a huge stigma, if you will, around social media, because there is so much now that you can do, which gives a lot of opportunity, but can also cause a lot of anxiety or nervousness